Good morning, YouTube. What's going on? As always, my name is Tyler, and this is your Movie Fix. So, yesterday we got a little teaser at the X-Men Apocalypse trailer that it was going to be dropping. And, yeah, now it is the morning, and it has dropped. This is probably my top 3 most anticipated movies for next year. So, I'm really excited to see this. I absolutely love Days of Future Past. I think that movie was fucking awesome. So, yeah, let's take a look at this trailer, and then we'll talk about it a little bit.
I saw the end of the world. I could feel all this death.
Jean, it was just a dream.
You wander through the willows in the forest you have found.
I've been called many things over many lifetimes.
I can hear Oscar Isaac.
Ram, Krishna, Yahweh.
Ever since the world found out about mutants, there have been secret societies who see them as some kind of second coming or sign of God. They believe that tens of thousands of years ago, an ancient being was born, the world's first.
That's nice to see her back.
You are all my children. And you're lost. Because you follow blind leaders. But I am here now.
Getting chills.
For you.
Wherever this being was, he always had 4 followers. He would
That's
imbue
Storm.
power.
Like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. He got that one from the Bible.
Or the Bible
Okay,
got it.
that's Havoc. I had a hard time telling that was Havoc.
What is it? Oh God. He can control all of us. The world needs the X-Men.
That's why I'm here. To fight.
Not all of us can control our powers.
Then don't. This is war.
Everything they built
Oh!
will fall. And from the ashes of their world, we'll build a better one. I've never felt power like this before.
Oh. All right, that's giving me chills. A lot like the first, or one of the first 2 Days of Future Past trailers with the music from the Thin Red Line. I'm not sure if that's original music for the movie or if that's just music that they pulled for the trailer, but that was pretty damn awesome. I'm gonna take one more quick look at this and then we will break it down. All right, so just because of the pure scope of the cast of this movie, I don't remember everybody's exact name. I know there's a ton of new people, so I might just call them by their mutant names for the sake of simplicity. So we get a shot here of Jean Grey talking to Xavier about how she sees the end of the world. I'm going to guess that she's probably the one that kind of warns them about all of this happening. She's prone to having these awful visions of things happening. So yeah, she'll probably be a big catalyst for a lot of it. And I'm guessing Xavier maybe doesn't know that she can see the future. Maybe he just thinks that she is just a telepath or telekinetic. Now, as Apocalypse is talking about how he's been called many names all throughout many lifetimes, we see him approaching some guy with Storm. Maybe this is where maybe he's the first one to find Storm in this, and I'm gonna guess he's either been in hiding or maybe he's been off the planet, and he's been getting all these cult followers of mutants and stuff like that, and maybe she's a new recruit. Maybe they got her because they think she's really powerful. They think she'd be a good horseman for his Apocalypse. It's cool that we're going back to the little bit from Days of Future Past where we get the Easter egg of Apocalypse building the pyramids and how the Egyptians actually worshipped him as their gods. That was really cool. And it's just also cool to see Havoc back there with Xavier talking to that girl. I can't remember the actress's name, but I do remember her from First Class. So that's cool to see continuity in the casting of these tertiary characters, which X-Men doesn't always keep up with, so that's pretty good. I'm so glad that we get Nightcrawler back in this. I know he's a lot younger, and it doesn't necessarily have to match the timeline anymore of X2 because of all the events in Days of Future Past. So I think he's one of the best X-Men out there. So it's really good to see him back and Cyclops back. That made me so happy. And then we get some more dialogue from Apocalypse talking about Xavier and Eric, Magneto, and how he's saying that you guys follow blind leaders, and he's obviously talking about those two, I'd imagine here. And as far as blind, maybe, obviously they both have their own intentions, their own agendas, but I think he's talking about here is that they're probably lacking a vision. Definitely Eric has more of something that's closer to Apocalypse's vision than Xavier, but he's obviously talking about, you know, I have plans for you guys. These guys don't. They just they want you guys to exist, or at least Xavier does. They want you to exist with these humans, but he's probably trying to elevate them, to put them all on a pedestal so they can kind of take over and be gods to all the humans or non-mutants. That was a nice little exchange where they're talking about the four horsemen of the apocalypse, and that, oh, he got that from the Bible. No, the Bible got that from him, especially if he's been around as long as they're saying that he has. So that's really interesting. I love in these comic universes when how they're able to tie in some of these characters with the deities and religions. I always find that so fascinating how they do that. Although I kind of missed the shot, his four horsemen are Magneto, Storm, Psylocke, and Archangel. I'm not sure about Psylocke. I didn't quite see her. I think that she's the one, you saw her in the first still photo they released of Apocalypse that everybody lost their mind with the Ivan Ooze nonsense. And they do kind of put a little bit of emphasis on Mystique, Jennifer Lawrence's character. I'm not sure if that's a bit of a misdirection, but it almost seems like she's kind of came back as like the leader. Maybe something's happened with Xavier and Eric. But I kind of get the feeling that maybe for a portion of this movie that she's going to take over as the leader of the X-Men for just a bit. And then this is another quick shot that we get here of, I'm not sure what this would be. Maybe some kind of a prison, a holding cell for the mutants, but I can make out, looks like Mystique, Jean Grey, Quicksilver, and I think that's Nightcrawler, but they're all down there. Who knows what that's all really about. Just a bunch of quick random shots, but it's interesting. I wonder if there's a reason why Quicksilver is in the middle there. And then this is a really good shot, I think, right here with we get Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Nightcrawler. I'm loving. I'm so happy that they've brought back Cyclops. Maybe this time we will get a little more justice done to this guy, and we'll see at least a hint of him becoming more of the leader role in the future of these movies. Because obviously that has been a big issue with X1, 2, and 3, is that Cyclops was kind of just treated like a bitch. Unfortunately, because, he's supposed to be the one that's the leader of the X-Men. They put Wolverine in the front line. And as much as I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, I absolutely love him. I'm kind of glad that they didn't show him in this trailer whatsoever. But no doubt we'll probably get little snippets of him. And this is also probably the best look that we get of their new costumes, which are fine. Obviously not traditional 80s X-Men costumes, but again, they do not need to be. They haven't been the entire X-Men movies. I don't know what makes people think that all of a sudden they're going to go with them. I'm fine with this look. What's important is that they get the characters right. They kind of get their powers right. What makes the character who they are, that's what they need to nail. They don't necessarily need to nail, we don't need these yellow and blue costumes. I don't think that's the end of the world, guys. And it sounds like Cyclops is talking to Mystique, and she's saying that not all of us can control our powers, and she's telling them, then don't. Obviously, she's just trying to say, let it rip. Just do what you need to do. There's no point in holding back right here. So that's going to be interesting. Hopefully we get some awesome Cyclops moments. We get a little hint of it right here with him. That looks very Man of Steel-ish right there, the way they did the blasts from his eyes. And this is a quick little bit. I didn't really see it coming. I know they mentioned that he would be able to change size, but we get Apocalypse kind of holding down Xavier there, and then he's getting much bigger, all Dr. Manhattan-like. I thought he'd maybe get bigger, but I didn't think he would get like that. And I don't know what's going on with this shot here of Quicksilver running. It looks like he's got a GoPro in front of him, and it doesn't really look like his arms. Didn't really look like his arms were moving, so I don't know what that was all about, but that was pretty cool. Quicksilver he stole the show in Days of Future Past, so that's awesome to see him getting. Hopefully we get some other cool sequences. I think Bryan Singer said that they were going to up the ante with him and provide another kind of awesome sequence with Quicksilver, so that's going to be cool. There's probably a little bit of that right there. And then we get a nice little snippet of Archangel, Storm, and Magneto. Those were all awesome shots. That was kind of cool seeing Storm come out of a lightning bolt and land on the ground there. And Magneto's suit is looking awesome. I love that cover that they released for Entertainment Weekly, I think it was, with Apocalypse, Psylocke, and Magneto. I think his costume looks absolutely awesome. The only thing, I wish there was some damn consistency with his helmet. They keep changing the helmet, which screws a lot of the people over who like to collect the Like they do the collector's editions of these movies, so that's kind of but it does look good. It's close to the one from Days of Future Past. Might be the same one. But some of those visuals, they do look a little Zack Snydery, but I think, like, there's that shot with Apocalypse kind of having a bunch of people coming behind him, in front of him, whatever. I think that's maybe Apocalypse and Cerebro. I'm not sure if that's happening in live action. I think that's probably Apocalypse using Cerebro. And then we get these explosions. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe Storm is funneling something to the bridges here. She's destroying the city. I think that's her. Could be Apocalypse. Who knows what the hell he is going to be capable of doing in this movie. We get little glimpses of him controlling the other mutants and changing his size. I'm not super familiar with Apocalypse and all his abilities. I know that he is the first mutant. He can basically do almost anything. So I'm curious what they're going to pick and choose for him in this movie. And here it is. We end with James McAvoy with the classic bald Professor X. And that was a nice reveal. I knew it was coming down the road eventually. It's not that big of a deal. I don't know if it's a shot you end a trailer with, but overall, I did think this trailer was really good. Gave me some damn goosebumps. I love they're able to do that with these Days of Future Past. I love that these movies are really all about the content. Yes, they have some really cool action sequences, but I do think 100% what makes these movies is that they have an awesome story and characters. You can disagree all you want, but I personally think that they cast amazing for these movies, and I think they do a really good job at bringing them to life on the screen. And again, I'm not super well versed with the X-Men books, but as far as the movies go, I am a huge fan. I don't have to go in, wishing they did this and that, but I also know that they don't have to 100% adapt a book to a movie, because that does not always work out right, and it's probably not the best thing to do half the time. So this will probably not be a shot-for-shot remake of Age of Apocalypse from the books, but this does look pretty good. I can't wait to see it. This is probably in my top 3 most anticipated movies of next year. So I'm curious, what did you guys think of this trailer? Comment down below. And if you want more videos like this, be sure to subscribe for more movie news, movie reviews, trailer reactions, and things like that. I will see you guys on the next video.